Straight ahead on CCX News, fix it or tear it down. A troubled fourplex in Crystal has neighbors upset. Plus, the next phase for County Road 81 construction. The improvements drivers and pedestrians can expect to see. And later, why every cent counts.
It's not going to cover everything down in Houston, Texas, but it's going to help a lot.
Students in Golden Valley inspire change. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. For 4 months, the Crystal City Council has debated a controversial fourplex.
Now some big changes are on the way for the property located at 5900 56th Avenue North, and reporter SONYA GOINS has more.
It's awful. It looks horrible. It gives the city a bad name.
There are other fourplexes in Crystal, but this one is kind of unique. There's not much green space for residents, and because of the design, the building's 2-bedroom units are only 700 square feet.
This type of fourplex of this size anyway, in this particular configuration, was only built for a very short period of time in the late 1950s and early 1960s.
The city's Economic Development Authority purchased the property in May for $295,000. Since then, the city has debated what to do with it.
Our opinion is that the fourplex has not been and never will be a good fit for this location.
City staff gave the council several options to consider. Option A would demolish the building, sell the lot, and build 3 new single-family homes. The city also owns adjacent land on Adair Avenue that would be included in the project.
Single-family homes are the right land use in this location.
Option B would sell the fourplex, add a new parking lot, and build 1 new home. That plan would also use adjacent land on Adair Avenue. Mayor Jim Adams came up with this idea.
I did make a bid on this property when it was up for sale, and I run sober houses and various transition style houses.
However, many residents want this building torn down because of crime. According to Crystal Police, there were 47 calls of service made in the past 3 years to this property. Everything from warrant arrests to noise violations.
They have people that come in there for parties, drug deals, everything. I've seen it all in 20 years.
It's a cancer, and that building is a cancer. The doctor said, take it out, you take it out. Go for item A.
Some residents are upset the city paid at least $77,000 to remove and relocate 4 tenants.
Option B would be considered one of the largest, worst decisions for the city of Crystal.
In Crystal, SONYA GOINS, CCX News.
And in the end, the council voted 5-2 for option A to demolish the building. The building could be torn down by the end of the month.
This weekend, crews will finish paving a section of County Road 81 in Brooklyn Park that has been under construction all summer long. Now, Hennepin County officials want to get the word out about the next phase of the project. Hennepin County and the city of Brooklyn Park hosted an open house on Tuesday night to outline details of the next section of Bottineau Boulevard reconstruction. Work will begin sometime in 2019 from West Broadway to 83rd Avenue. Improvements along that corridor will include more traffic lanes, better pedestrian access, and new stormwater systems.
Right now, we're just doing that initial outreach, letting people know that this construction is coming along, getting the word out so that if they do have concerns or they do have issues, they can talk to us. A lot of design is already underway, so they can't change everything about the project, but there's certainly some things that we could do at this stage that we won't be able to do as we get closer to construction.
When construction begins in 2019, the project is expected to take 2 years.
Golden Valley hopes to get state and county help for an expansion plan for one of the city's biggest employers, and that tops our look inside City Hall. Tennant Company is planning to expand its headquarters near the intersection of Highways 100 and 55. On Tuesday night, the Golden Valley City Council approved 2 grant applications to help cover some of the costs. Money could come from the state's Job Creation Fund and the county's Economic Development Fund. The city says the expansion will add a significant number of jobs in Golden Valley. Well, Golden Valley also hopes to finish upgrades to Little League baseball fields at Isaacson Park. Last year, they got enough grant money to upgrade lights on one of the 3 fields. Now a request is going into Hennepin County's youth sports program to put in new lights at the other two. The Little League is also helping with the cost, which could be about $270,000.
You could not ask for a better morning to walk to school. Students at Earle Brown Elementary took part in International Walk to School Day Wednesday. Since Brooklyn Center schools started participating, the district has noticed more kids walking to school.
We can get kids to walk and bike to school. It helps physical activity. It promotes physical health. It actually saves some money for the district when we don't have to bus as many students to come to school also. It's another benefit.
The Safe Kids Coalition, led by North Memorial Health, joined FedEx in sponsoring the event to teach kids good pedestrian safety habits. Road traffic injuries are one of the leading causes of death among children. Safety experts say it's important for kids under 10 to have an adult with them while crossing the street, since young children don't realize the speed and distance of cars as they cross.
A group of Brooklyn Center third graders visited the state capitol this week for a civics lesson and to bring change to their school.
The children have some concerns at our school that they want to voice to the legislators and people who make decisions.
The students from Earle Brown Elementary say they're not satisfied with the school bathrooms. They were impressed with what they saw at the Capitol and want bathrooms more like that in their school, and they made that point to politicians.
Your bathrooms look good, and we want our bathrooms to look good like that, because there's dirty, there's inappropriate writing on the walls and stuff, and we don't like that type of stuff, so we want our bathrooms to look good like yours.
Well, they did make their point and enjoyed their experience so much that Tavares said he wants to work at the Capitol someday. Oh, we head to Armstrong High School next. It's where we meet a standout student who has certainly found her voice.
Plus, Wayzata and Armstrong battle in the pool in a matchup of the area's top girls swimming teams.
But first, less sun on Thursday. Temperatures in the 60s.
The name of this week's Standout Student is one you often hear associated with high school theater productions.
But senior Julia McFarland shines in other ways as well. Reporter Shannon Slatton introduces us to the 17-year-old Armstrong High School student from New Hope.
Singing in a choir is all about blending in, singing together to create something beautiful.
Creating something together, it's a shared experience, and it can move you to tears. It can make you the happiest person on earth, and it's great.
Soprano section leader Julia McFarland can do that effortlessly. She's been involved in music since a young age and has come into her own in the music and theater programs at Armstrong High School.
She's done great work on the stage in a variety of productions for sure. And same is true as a singer. We really push her to take on whatever challenges she wants or she's interested in, and she's taken on all of them.
Julia has had a role in several theatrical productions, including 3 this year alone. She had the lead in this spring's The Boyfriend and a role in As You Like It. Aside from singing, acting, or a combination of the two, Julia has been in color guard for 4 years and captain for the last 2. She's competitive and an AP student, but teachers say she is well-liked and a friend to all characteristics that make her a standout student.
Her level of dedication and her great attitude are kind of the unspoken truths, the things that don't even need to be said about Julia. I just think the word integrity is probably the very best. Like when you think about a model or a stereotype of just a really great student and a really great kid, that's Julia.
In Plymouth, Shannon Slatton, CCX News.
Well, after graduation, Julia plans to go to Wheaton College and study elementary education and Spanish. One day she hopes to teach overseas and become a missionary. Still ahead, the generosity of some Golden Valley elementary students, what they did to help hurricane victims.
But first, we'll hear from the Cooper football team. The Hawks are still undefeated after beating district rival Armstrong. John Jacobson is in next with sports.
Cooper is one of only 2 undefeated football teams in the area. The Hawks are 5-0 and ranked 4th in Class 5A. CCX Sports' Jay Wilcox talked with 3 of the Hawks after their win over Armstrong for our Sports Jam show. Here's some of what they had to say.
Obviously, offense is what a lot of people end up talking about, but your defense was tremendous tonight. Has that been kind of the case all year?
Yeah, defense has been holding it down. When offense is kind of slow to pick it up, defense is right there to back us up.
Was there some pressure on you guys coming into this game? Because, I mean, people were kind of figuring this is the year that Cooper probably should win this one. You trailed at halftime. You know, what did you guys feel that pressure a little bit or not?
You know, whenever we're down, we're going to feel the pressure, but this game we definitely felt like we had the talent to beat them and showed it tonight.
You guys go on the road for the next couple of weeks here too, you know, and everybody's been preaching around here 1-0 each week, and you know, as you go on the road, what's kind of the mentality heading into Richfield?
You know, we're going to go in there trying to go 1-0, run the ball. When the run opens up the pass, we're going to pass and hopefully get the win.
It's important, obviously, to take each game seriously, but does it mean a little bit more when it is Armstrong Cooper night like this too?
Yeah, especially on it's wonderful, honestly. Senior year, you know, homecoming versus the rivals right across the street. You know, we're just trying to prove who's the best school in 281. Honestly, this is what we do.
At halftime, you guys were down by 1 point. What was the talk like at halftime in the locker room?
Our coaches are they're very encouraging. They never really get down on us too bad. They always uplift us, and it was just basically, you guys know you're better than this. You know, the goal is 1-0. The goal is 1-0. You know, keep that mindset.
The Hawks play at Richfield Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Wayzata and Armstrong are two of the top girls swimming teams in the area this year. The two Plymouth neighbors met up at Lifetime Fitness Tuesday. The finish of the 200 medley relay, a battle between Wayzata's Cindy Zhao and Armstrong's Sierra Smith. Smith touches home first in a time of 1 minute 53.45 seconds for the win. 200 freestyle, Jordan McGinty wins easily for the Trojans with a time of 1:55.17. The 200 IM, a great race. Armstrong Zoe Bresnahan beats out teammate Grace Wolschlager by 0.08 of a second. Wayzata's Madison Rundle finishes third. 50 freestyle, Wayzata's Melinda Zhang wins the sprint with a time of 26.35 seconds, just ahead of teammate Jenna Marquette. 100 butterfly, Wolschlager the winner for Armstrong in a time of 59.88 seconds. And in the 100 freestyle, McGinty wins her second race of the night for the Trojans with a time of 52.42 seconds. Wayzata wins the meet over Armstrong by a score of 101-83. The Wayzata girls soccer team enters this final week of the regular season ranked #1 in the state. Trojans were tested, though, by a late conference opponent, Minnetonka. The Trojans strike first off a corner kick by Sydney Remark. Number 6, Eva Brewer gets the header shot for a goal. Wayzata leads 1-0 in the first half. Tonka with a scoring chance here. Sophia Montague sends it toward the net. It's off goalie Madison Lowe, and Trojans defender Megan Prages deflects the shot wide. This game remains 1-0 at halftime. Second half, great passing by Wayzata. Remark to Marissa Kalkar to Sam Dietrich, who plays it ahead for Kalkar, but the Tonka goalie comes out, makes a nice play on the ball, covering it up, and it stays 1-0. The Skippers finally get on the board. Grace Wiseman on a corner kick. The ball deflects to Anna Erickson, who heads it in for a Minnetonka goal, forcing overtime. Neither team scores an OT. This one ends in a 1-1 tie. The Trojans are now 11-0-3 on the season. Top-ranked Wayzata boys also facing Minnetonka. Second half of the scoreless game, Minnetonka's Adrian Perkins lets it rip. A great shot for a Skipper's goal, and it's 1-0. Wayzata nets the equalizer late in the half. Patrick Weah's shot stopped, but Stuart Sane puts the rebound in, and that sends it to overtime. And in OT, Wayzata's Weah with a great pass, springing Ethan Wagner, and he puts it away for a goal. Trojans win it 2-1. Their record now 13-0-2. That is all for sports. Alex and Mike, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Up next, change that could bring hope to hurricane victims.
And the effort by Golden Valley Elementary students, that is no small feat. Food and wine lovers are invited out to Maple Grove Shops at Arbor Lakes on Thursday to benefit an organization that supports women fighting breast cancer.
It's the 9th annual Girls' Night Out at the Shops of Arbor Lakes. The event is held each October during Breast Cancer Awareness Month to benefit Hope Chest for breast cancer. 100% of the proceeds go toward Hope Chest.
It's an organization that really helps people pay their rent. It helps provide nutrition. It helps with daycare. So I mean, it's really those like essential things that when you're dealing with breast cancer, you know, it's the last thing you need to deal with is how you're going to be able to stay in your home.
Tickets are $10 in advance or $15 at the door. The event goes from 4 to 8 p.m. and all attendees will receive gift bags. Well, finally, an elementary school with a big heart. When
students at the School of Engineering and Arts in Golden Valley heard about Hurricane Harvey devastating a school in Texas, well, they wanted to do something about it. Here's Shannon Sladden.
Breakfast at school is busy. It's bustling with kids, trays, and food as students fuel up to spend the day learning. But it's also a place that is inspiring change, as in pocket change here at the School of Engineering and Arts.
I just said I'm going to help. And so I said maybe my school could do a fundraiser.
Third grader Anna Smelser spearheaded hundreds for a hurricane with the help of a few friends and another teacher.
I did a little bit of teaching, the whole school-wide, about what hurricanes are. So, because we're a science school, so we need to understand the science.
But the lesson was personal for teacher Carol Callan. She taught in Houston for 10 years.
Everything that we saw on the news, those places are really near and dear to my heart.
Not only that, but Callan knew teachers there who had just started their school year.
Teachers come in weeks ahead of time to get ready, and to have to start over after you've done all that hurts. It hurts a lot.
And not only start over, but with schools underwater, teachers lost everything in their classroom.
I love these things. I love my kids. So to lose what you teach your kids with is devastating. And so the kids lost their home. The teachers lost everything they used to teach your kids. And we just had to do something.
Since then, the pennies and even a few big bills.
One day we actually got a $50 bill.
Have been piling up, already surpassing the goal of $500.
It's going to help a lot. It's not going to cover everything down in Houston, Texas, but it's going to help a lot.
That students can spark change is perhaps the big lesson here.
It steals my heart. It blows me away how much they're showing their kindness and generosity, because they're bringing what they have. And they're bringing everything they have and they're donating it with love.
If that was our school, we would be just devastated because, and that would be awesome if someone was helping us so we know how they feel. So it's awesome.
Yeah, because our teachers always say to have empathy, and I feel like me doing this just works.
In Golden Valley, Shannon Slatton, CCX News.
Since the students surpassed their goal of raising $500 to send to an elementary school in Houston, they are sending the remaining amount raised to help hurricane victims in Puerto Rico.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. Huh?
Great story.
That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here again on Thursday, starting at 4 o'clock.